Hi guys, good evening. Good evening, good evening. Hi YouTube, hi Instagram. I don't know. YouTube, can you guys see me clearly? It looks dark from here. I don't know why though. If you can hear me, please tell me where you're watching from. Hi, Sekinat. So can you see me? How am I? Because I don't know. This looks, I don't know, something's happening to my screen. Sekinat, can you see me properly? Am I turned back somehow? Because I don't understand what's going on with my screen. YouTube. Instagram. Hello, 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 good evening. If you can hear me, please tell me where you're watching from. I always like to know where my audience is watching from. Tell me. I don't understand. When you say the screen is turned to the right, what does that mean? Like, is it good? Is it vertical? Can you see me properly? I don't know what you mean by the right. Like, is it abnormal? I need you to give me more words. How do I look on YouTube? What's the screen like? Good evening, guys. Please tell me where you're watching from. Please tell me where you're watching from. Hi, 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 hi. Where are my usual live people? Where are they? My usual Instagram live people. Declutter Marshall from Nigeria. Thank you for joining. Oh, okay. Presh Hallmark is watching from Delta State. Okay. Sekinat, is it any better now? Does it look better now on YouTube? Okay, thank you, Becky Cleaning Service, joining from Edo State. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you for stopping by. Okay, who else? Who else? Who else? I know some people are just joining for the first time. Okay, okay. Thank you, Sekinat. Yeah, please do tell me where you're watching from when you join. Good evening, everybody. Good evening from Nigeria. Good morning, good afternoon, good midnight, wherever you are. But I am streaming from Nigeria, so good evening. It's 8:37 p.m. here. Hi Jennifer, how you doing? Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Thank you everybody for joining. Yes, so tonight I want to talk about how to monetize your client. I say client. How to monetize your talent. So I've been for a training today. So all I'm hearing in that training is talent, client, client, client. So okay. So tonight we're going to be talking about how to monetize, because I know that first of all, first things first, ladies and gentlemen, I just wrote a book. I just launched my book on Monday. Titled Becoming a Powerhouse. And yes, that's the title of the book, Becoming a Powerhouse, how to move or how to rise from the ordinary to a person of influence. Yes, to become a person of influence. And that book is divided into 3 parts: mind shift, strategy, and system. Mind shift, strategy, and system. So if you are following me and you have not pre-ordered that book, you'll be saying that, oh, I love you, Coach Lara, you don't love me. If you love me, you gotta pre-order that book. And apart from even loving me, you will get a lot of benefit from it. That book is for 3 categories of people. Number 1, people who don't know They don't know, do I have talent? How do I go? Where do I start from? How do I make money? Should I leave my job? Should I stay on my job? Should I do entrepreneuring? Should I not do entrepreneuring? What that book is for you. If you are just a rookie, good evening, Stella. If you're like a rookie and you are confused about where you want to go, what you want to do, that book is for you. That's number one category of people. Number two category of people are people that already are on their path. Some people already know, okay, so I need to go into entrepreneuring, or I need to switch careers, or I need to do this, or I need to maybe change my line of product or service. I need to relocate. You already know, but you don't know the strategies to follow. You don't know what to do. You don't know how to do it. You don't know. That book is for you. So that's number two, category of people that are, that the book is for. Number three category of people that the book is for are people that are already in business. They're already in business. They've already started their entrepreneurial journey, and they even have staff already, but they are lacking in structure. You lack structure, so you need structure. You don't know how to go about structure. You understand? Then if this is you, then that book is for you. It is definitely for you. So that book is for those three category of people, and I'm sure everybody on this live, you must fall into one category of the other. Number first category is if you are confused, you don't even know, where do I go from here? I want to be great in life. I want to make money. I want to be a great speaker. I want to be a great person. I want to, I want to have influence. I want to lead people. I want to be, a great career person or a great businessman, but I don't even know where to start. I don't know how to go. That book is for you, becoming a powerhouse, because it shows you how to become a powerhouse. Pre-order is 20,000 naira. That's $15. I think the Amazon pre-order should be ready tomorrow. You get so for people who are not in Nigeria, you can pre-order on Amazon from tomorrow. But for now, you can click the link in the bio. You can send a DM to get the account details, because when the physical copy will be released on June 2nd, and from June 2nd it goes to 30,000 naira. So it's better you take advantage now. It goes to $20, if from June 2nd. So it's better you pre-order it from now to be able to take advantage of it. Oh, Coach Lara, I cannot afford your session. Oh, I don't have money right now. I'm still saving. I'm still trying to. You should be able to get my book. If you cannot get 20,000 to get the book, wow. Then there's a very big problem. There's a big problem that you need to fix. I'm telling you, and you need to fix it ASAP. ASAP. I'm telling you, it's a state of emergency. If you cannot, and I'm not saying it because it's my book, no. Because there are some things that, if you want to grow in life, if you want to be great, there are things that you will need to pay for. There are courses you should attend. There are programs you should attend, but, it might be expensive. It might be a little, not necessarily expensive, but because of where you are currently, it might be a little bit pricey. Probably you're still trying to save. You're still trying to get your footing, so I totally understand that. But then there are some things that you should invest in. Like this live video is free. All you need is data. You understand? Or, and you should be able to get a little bit books, books of people that you admire, people that you want to be, you want to do what they are doing. You want to be where they are at, you understand, because no matter how much you listen to somebody's live videos or watch their free videos, there are some things they cannot share. A book is totally different. So if you cannot do that, I don't know what to say. You should probably go get a job. Trust me. I'm telling you. And I'm not even supposed to start this way, but I don't know why I'm starting this way. There was a time that I was very, very broke, ladies and gentlemen, and I was an entrepreneur. I had a business card, you understand? I was carrying it. What if they say, what do you do? Oh, I'm an entrepreneur. I do this, I do that. But I was broke. I couldn't even feed. Nobody told me that this is not how to go. This is not entrepreneurial. This does not make any sense anywhere. You should never ever, you can say, oh, I don't have money, to do big things. But if you don't have money to feed, you don't have money to do, basic things, to buy little things, then that's a state of emergency. So back then, trust me, with my fancy business card, I remember telling some of my friends in church then, I said, I'm going to get a job. I'm going to do what I call employpreneurship. And some of you need to start that. You cannot just say, I'm an entrepreneur, but you're broke. You don't have money for basic things. That is not how to live. That is not how. You'll be frustrated. You will, before you know it, things will, I don't even know what to tell you. You start begging, or people will start taking advantage of you. You will start thinking things that you should not be thinking. You should never ever get to that level where you do not have any money. It is not good. So I remember back then, I dusted my CV. I went to take a job. I had my own entrepreneuring. So, but I told myself I would just be doing this job and then still be doing my stuff by the side. And that's what I did until I was able to, completely leave the job and then come back to my own entrepreneuring. You get. And the job I remember doing then, I went to become a PA, for someone, and he was paying me in a month, every month. So that payment helped me to feed, to buy data, to pay, and remember I had a daughter then, to pay, stuff for her to do. So you should never ever, but if you are just there, you're not doing anything, and you don't have money. I don't like people like that, trust me, because that's laziness. I always tell people, you cannot be broke. You can be broke once in a while, but to be broke perpetually, don't be that person. Don't be that person. Go and do something. If it is to go back to school, if it's to take a course, if it's to, humble yourself and go take a job, go and take it. Go and take it. And then be building your craft by the side, which is what we're even talking about this night. So if you want to monetize your talent, you don't just say, I'm not doing anything. Let me see how to monetize my talent, because it's not going to start paying you immediately. It's not going to happen like this now. No, it's still going to take some time. So you need to be able to, at least before it starts paying you, get a source of income, no matter how small it is. I don't care if you earn 30,000 a month or 40,000 in a month. At least you are earning something, But if you are just there, you live on people's goodwill. You live on, please dash me, please give me. No, that's not honorable. Please, if this is you're an adult. No, don't do that. I don't even know why I'm talking, about that today. But it's something that is I'm very, very passionate about. Nobody should live where you can say, oh, I can't afford some high ticket things, but little things, no. It's horrendous. Don't let that be you, please. So let's talk about monetizing, your talent. So if you're just joining, pre-order my book. It's called Becoming a Powerhouse. In that book, I'm talking from the book now. I'm at chapter. Let me check the chapter that I'm on. Yes, I'm on chapter 8. So I want to read some of the things I wrote in the book. Chapter 8, the title of chapter 8 is The Business of Talent. So I spoke in previous chapters how to discover your talent, how to get this done, how to know. Then you need to grow from your talent, from talent to skill to authority and all of that. But this one, chapter 8, I talked about the business of talent, because everybody has talent. Everybody has talent. Everybody. You have at least one. Some of us have 5. Some of us have 2. Some of us have 10. I'm telling you, there are some people that are very multi-talented. You get what I mean? So let me quickly talk, about how to discover your talent. That's not what I want to talk about. But just for some people here, maybe they are still confused. They don't know how, they don't know their talent. They don't know which way to go and all of that. So to identify your true talent, you must engage in deep self-awareness. Begin by asking yourself these questions. Number one, what do I do naturally that others frequently compliment or seek help from me for? That's your number one question. If you're still trying to develop your talent, you're still trying to find your talent, you're not even sure what it is, ask yourself this first question. What do I do naturally that others frequently compliment or seek help from me for? This is very, very important. For some of you, you are very good at communicating. I remember the last masterclass I did, 10x is easier than 2x. Somebody from that class told me, I checked up on her about a week after, and she told me that, one of the things she got from that class is that she's discovered that now she's a good communicator. So she has enrolled in a course to learn how to hone that skills, how to be a greater communicator, to learn how to, speak properly, for MCs and all of those things. Then she can now start, when she's good at it, then she can now start coaching people and start making money from it. I was so ecstatic. To her, communication it comes naturally, easily. You understand? So whatever comes to you easily, naturally, is your talent. For me, I've known for a long time I like to talk a whole lot. So I have quite a number of talents. I remember back then in school, I used to, I like to talk about relationships. I would just be forming like a reporter. I'm talking about secondary school. And be asking, how do you people want to spend your Valentine? I'll carry, now I'll wrap my big note. How do you want to spend your Valentine? Valentine is coming. I'll be going to different classes. You get what I mean? So that's one of my talents that I owned now, and I've started profiting from it, by being a therapist, a family life coach, and the likes of it. And then another thing that comes to me naturally is brainstorming. Oh my goodness. I like new ideas. I like to help people flesh out ideas. You get what I mean? It's one of the things that I enjoy doing. That's why, I enjoy doing strategy, you get, for my clients. I like to, ask them questions, help them figure out their life. Like I like when people ask me, Coach, I want to do this thing, I'm not even sure, what should I do with my life? I love it. Why? Because I know how to help you flesh out, nothing. Like from nothing, from confusion to execution. That's my unique ability. One of my greatest desire back then was to work in an advertising agency. I don't know why I did intern there briefly back then. I love to be in the brainstorming when they'll bring an idea, you understand, maybe for an ad, should we place this as an ad? Should we do this? Should we do that? I love to brainstorm. So if you're looking for somebody that will help you flesh out strategy for your life, for your business, for your career, I'm your girl. You get what I'm trying to say? But it started as a talent. I did it for my friends. I did it for myself. I did it for, you understand, different people. And now I have monetized it. I have owned it. I have, refined it. And now I make money from it. So if you're still struggling to know what your talent is, number one question is, what do I do naturally that others frequently compliment me for? Or seek help from me for. So ask yourself that question. Number two question is, what activities makes me feel energized, fulfilled, or deeply engaged? That's number two question that you need to ask yourself. What activities make me feel energized, fulfilled, or deeply engaged? See, energy is a pointer to something. If you are doing something and you get a lot of energy, you have a sort of energy doing it, then don't, look into that thing. That thing is something that, can be a talent for you. I also remember one of my clients, one of those days when we were doing our strategy session, she just came up with, "Oh, coach, I like to." She goes to the gym every day. She says, "When I'm in the gym, I'm always thinking, oh, this could be better. Oh, this is, I'm always coaching people in the gym. No, 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 no. This kind of dumbbell is not good for you." And she's a girl, she's a lady, She said, "I'm always saying, oh, this gym could be better. Oh, this," I'm telling you. And in that session, we were able to flesh out for her that fitness was a talent. Fitness was something that, and today she's already creating a business in it. That's my forte. You get. So you can book a strategy session with me if you need help in deciding. You understand, you're trying to, what should I do, which one should I go for, which one should I, you understand, book a strategy session. I'll help you flesh that out. So number one question is, what do I do naturally that others frequently compliment or seek me help from? By the way, I'm reading from my book. You guys know I just wrote a book, how to become, I said how, becoming a powerhouse. So I'm reading from chapter 8. The chapter 8 is titled The Business of Talent. So I'm reading 4 questions you ask yourself to be able to discover your talent. Number 1, like I said earlier, what do I do naturally that others frequently compliment or seek help from me for? Number 2, what activities make me feel energized, fulfilled, or deeply engaged? Number 3, when I succeed at something, what kind of skill was I actually using? You understand? For instance, when my clients come to me, coach, I don't know, I'm confused, I don't even know which one to do. Or sometimes also, I also love to help people make money. Oh my God. I don't like poverty. I don't like being broke. I can't stand it. Because I believe that whatever you have abilities inside of you to be able to create money. You don't need to look outside. It's inside you. So usually when my clients, maybe we're doing our sessions, sometimes it could be therapy sessions, and they're telling me, coach, I don't know, I'm just confused, I don't know how to make money, I don't know. I will help them find different sources of income in what they are doing currently. And ladies and gentlemen, if you know me, you've been following me for years, I run a group of companies called the LKI Group, Larakuda is International. It comprises of, the coaching company, which is Larakuda is International. We do coaching, strategy, systems, therapy. Then LKI Consulting. I say LKI Consulting, sorry. LKI Talent Management. We do recruitment and HR services. The third one is our NGO, where we sponsor people for therapy and rehabilitation and the likes. So in that coaching service, coaching company, I can count to you at least 7 sources of income in that coaching company alone. I know how to help people create sources of income in one income. Because one of the reasons why I got into this was that I'm a focused person. I like to do one thing per time. And I remember, what they'll tell you, no, have multiple streams of income. You cannot focus only on one. So I used to hear it too back then. My friends would tell me, my coaches would tell me, my family people would tell me. And I know the kind of person I am. Dami says we can add LKI Consulting. Abio, maybe I'm already prophesying, So I know the kind of person I am. I can do only one thing per time. So I knew that if I started as I was doing my coaching, then if I'm doing something else, I will never get the best out of both. In fact, let me tell you, there was a time that the coaching wasn't paying. I think this was far back in 2018. I think so. And my brother is in the US. He got me a job. I did interview from here, remote interview on Zoom to get the job in America, and I didn't want to say no, because everybody was rooting for me and say, please, Stella, just get this one by the side. You understand? And, but I didn't want to say no. And I did get the job, but I couldn't do it. I remember he was furious. How did it, like, he sat in the interview, he was monitoring everything. I'm like, I just couldn't. Because if I do this job, I'm going to leave my coaching and therapy that I've been doing for years, that I really, really love. So let me continue to focus on it. It wasn't as if I wasn't making money. It was just that the money wasn't that much. But do you know the funniest thing? It didn't take maybe 1 year after that before I started making money. So because they started telling me, create, you have to do multiple sources of income. I knew that this is not me. Everybody, you have to know yourself. That was not me. There was no way I would be doing another job and I'll be doing my coaching and therapy. It would not work. I would not even focus well on both. So I told myself, I am going to create different sources of income from this one income. What were the sources of income? Remember, I had a therapy company. I had, so if you're just following me, most of our therapy come in form of schools. I call it schools. The healing school, so there's the healing school, there's the school of identity, there's the school of the mind. They are all therapy sessions, group or one-on-one, anyone you choose to do. So I created those three. I created healing coaching certification course, meaning that I started certifying, therapists and coaches. That was another source of income. Speaking engagement was a source of income. Books was another source of income. What else did I do? I started helping people set up their own coaching practice. That's another source of income. I created different things. Then I started doing video courses. You understand? Self-paced video courses. That was another source of income. I did, then I have YouTube channel that got monetized, from podcasts. That was another source of income. There was a time I did, what do you call it? Short films and put it on YouTube. That was a source of income. You understand? I created different. There's no way everything you will not get money. It's not possible. You get what I'm trying to say? So instead of cutting myself and spreading myself thin, and I can't make proper impact, I decided to focus on one thing and created different sources of income from it. It is it's my talent. It's one of my forte in life. I can help you look at one thing and look at how to make different money from different sources of income from it. In fact, I went for a masterclass today, and it was about making money, growth, and all of that. And there was somebody, we're just talking, and I was telling her, she was telling me, oh, coach, look at the problem. I started we were at the parking lot. I helped her create 3 sources of income. She was like, oh my God, I never saw this. That is a talent. I see things that people don't see. Some of you, your talent is that you focus on detail. You're a detailed person. You could be a writer. You could be an event person. You could be a fashion designer or stylist. You get what I'm trying to say? So anyways, when I succeed at something, what kind of skill was I actually using? The number 4 question, what kind of work or results do I produce that feel like they flow effortlessly from me? So these are the first 4 questions you need to ask yourself if you're still trying to develop, discover your talent. You get. So I'm reading from chapter 8 of my book, Becoming a Powerhouse. The title is The Business of Talent. Okay, so once you are clear about your talent, the next step is to make it tangible. Are you done? Have you eaten? Okay, good night. Sorry, that's my son. So when you're already clear on your talent, the next thing is to make it tangible, meaning it must become something that others can interact with and benefit from and eventually pay for. Don't go and be doing something for free and you are saying, oh, my talent. You are you are wasting money. Oh, you are sitting on a lot of gold mine. You are sitting on gold mine. You get what I mean? You know, you need to know that if you have a talent, I should profit from this talent. I should make, business out of this talent. That's what I've done. Look at what I'm doing today. It's my talent. I love to talk. I love to strategize. I love to brainstorm. I love to talk, help people gain clarity in life, in relationships. That is everything I'm doing today for money. So if you are still doing everything for free, let's go. So ask yourself now, when you've now discovered your talent, you need to turn it to a solution. Because people will only pay you for solution. People will not pay you that, oh, Lara can talk. Oh my God. Oh, Lara she knows she always puts red lipstick every Thursday. That's not a solution. What is your talent? How is it a solution to people? You have to turn it to a solution. Look at how I turned mine to solution. Number one, I became a family life coach, relationship coach, help you see clarity in your coaching. Number one. Number two, I became a strategy coach, a mind and strategy coach, meaning that I can help you flesh your idea from ideation, to execution. If you are looking for somebody that will help you, it's me. That's a solution, because some people don't even know how. They don't even know how to do it. They have an idea, but they don't know how to go about it. They don't know, who can help them or how, And I just finished reading a book. It's called Who Not How. It's by Dan Sullivan, Dan Sullivan and Dr. Benjamin Hardy. Who Not How. And the concept of that book is talking about stop focusing on how to get things done and focus on who will help me get it done. Who can I partner with? Who can I employ? Who can I pay or hire to help me, flesh out or achieve my goals? You understand? Like, I was like, this is an interesting concept. It's called Who Not How. Like, stop focusing on the how. The how sometimes can help you. It can paralyze you. It can make you be like, oh God, how am I going to do this? And then it looks overwhelming to you. But there are some people that, if you get them, they will accelerate your journey to achieving your goals. So some of you, that's what you need to, do. Who can I hire? Who can be a coach to me? And if you are looking for somebody, moi, you understand? When I read that part, I'm like, that's so true. Because if you have the right who's, which means the right people, the right person or people, it would accelerate your journey in life. It will clear your confusion. It will shorten your time to achieving that goal. It will shorten that time. You get what I mean? So very, very important. So if you want to monetize your talent, the question is, how do I create it, to be a solution? What problem is it solving? For me, the problem I'm solving is problem of confusion, of stagnation, of poverty, of being broke. I help you solve it. You get problem of fear, or mindset issues, I help you solve it. So if you can turn it into a solution, so you need to ask yourself before you start saying I am a clinical coach, or I am selling this, or I'm selling that, what problem does it solve? That's number one question. You understand? What solution is it providing? So when you can articulate these things, then you can turn it to a service. If, for instance, you always, like one of my friends was telling me recently that, I think we were having a conversation and she was telling me, oh, Nara, this is your cloth. I think if you had put the collar here, blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh, thanks. And you're really good at this. She said, oh, that was what her sister told her, that if her sister in another country wants to make clothes or want to buy fabrics. She will do video call and talk to her. She'll be in the market trying to shop, and she'll be on the phone with her telling her what to choose and all of that. That her sister said she should be a stylist, a fashion stylist. That is a solution. You can, that's a service. I am a stylist. I help people, look good or choose the best fabric, and you get what I'm trying to say. Turn it into a service, which is what I'm doing now. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. That's how I became a coach. So I have the service of, I have my strategy session. That's a service, you book me, we have a 90-minute conversation, and I'll help you go from confusion to clarity in 90 minutes. That's a service. So think about your talent. What can you do? How can you turn it into a service? Different things that you are doing currently that you can turn into a service. There are people that are editors. They help people edit books. That's a service. That's a service. Some people consult for you if probably you want to buy land, that's a service. So which of your talent can you turn into a service? And don't ever overlook any talent. You'll be shocked. I remember there was a program I did years ago. It's called the Purpose Clinic. Yes, I think it was it should be 2020, I think 2020. I think so, either 2020 or 2021. It was just a one-day program. I called it the Purpose Clinic. And I remember one of the women that came for that program that day, she was just saying, I don't know my purpose, coach. I don't think there's any, I don't know. And I started asking her, what do you like to do? She said, nothing. I don't even know. The only thing that I just know, I like to dress well. I like to put clothes together. And I'm like, hold up. That is something. She was like, really? What will I be doing? And ladies and gentlemen, in that class, I helped her shape it. I helped her create that thing, and she lives in Canada. She created a boutique in Canada. In fact, I took it a step further. I linked her with another client of mine that was in Turkey, that sells clothes. Turkey, there are lots of good stuff that comes from Turkey. So I linked her with my client, and so that client from Turkey supplies her in Canada, and today she still has a big boutique in Canada. Just from, I don't really like much things, so it's just clothes. So don't ever don't overlook the tiniest thing or tiniest talent. One of the things I also picked up early is that I'm a good salesperson. So there were times when I was broke, I would just go and be a marketer. I marketed for a radio station and some other places in the past. Those are talents that you can turn into a service. So you can if you turn your talent into a service, if you position it properly, people will pay you for it. People will pay you for it. Turn it into a service. Number 2, you can turn it into a product. Like a book. Look at it now. I've written a book. This is my 5th book, by the way, my number 5 book. This is my 5th book. Becoming a Powerhouse is the 5th one. That's a product. You can turn your service, your talent into a product. Some people like to make cake. You make cake, you make chin, you do, all these things, kilichi. You turn it into a product and you start to sell it. You get what I'm trying to say? So food, you can start to sell it. You start writing scripts for people. You can turn it into a product and you start to sell it. I have some video courses, like online videos. Those are products. You get what I'm trying to say? So number 3, you can package your talent into an experience, which is an experience means you can run workshops, you can run trainings, you can run webinars. One of the example of that is a YouTuber called Tayo I Know. I remember him now because before I joined this live video, I got his mail. I'm on his email list, and he said, I think the title is while algorithm is pushing away your videos or something like that. And this guy, I've joined one of his free services webinars in the past, and he shared his story that he just likes to just take pictures, document his travel, or not even travel. He wasn't even traveling then. Anything he was doing, and then he just thought, okay, there's YouTube. He started putting it on YouTube, and before you know it, he's making a lot of money, like hundreds of thousands of dollars every month. He showed us his back end on the day I attended his webinar. So now he has turned it to an experience. He does webinar, he does courses, he does trainings to help you, to teach you how to be a great YouTuber. You get? So that's an experience. You can also do that. And I see people teaching makeup, I even saw someone on WhatsApp how to, I think she was teaching people how to make ice cream or parfait or something like that. Even if you are selling clothes, you're a fabric merchant, you can train people on things like that. I'm telling you, there's nothing you cannot train people on. You can train people. I know someone who has, and she still has it, a restaurant. And apart from, different restaurants, she created another source of income by training people on how to, I think, create their own restaurants. Yes. And she will help you set it up. When I saw that, I was gobsmacked. I liked it. So you cannot say you don't have money, because there are different sources of income from your talent. You can use your talent to make a lot of money, especially now that people are online. I see someone who was teaching people on TikTok how to be a great TikToker. That's an experience. That's, she created a webinar out of it. She was charging people money. Some people teach you how to create master classes, video editing, all those things. Turn your talent to an experience. Train people on how to do it. Don't ever think, who will pay for this. You are in your head. Lots of people, that thing that comes to you naturally, effortlessly, it's a big deal to some people. In fact, when I was reading that book, one of the things the man said, Dan Silver says, is that your unique ability is something that comes to you effortlessly, that you might even overlook it. Like, a lot of people don't monetize it because they think, oh no, that's too easy. People are looking for something difficult. No, to monetize. No, that's not your unique ability. Your unique ability is your talent, by the way. Your unique ability is something that is it comes to you easily, effortlessly. It gives you energy, it energizes you. And so you can teach people how to do it. You can help people do it. Like, it's such a big deal to some people. I was, mentioning in a video or an interview recently, they were asking me about what strategy did I use for my company that has worked. And I was talking about hiring, in the area of my weakness. Admin. I got an admin manager and my life became easier. He loves to do admin. He loves to write, do proposal. I can't faint. You understand? Like, that's somebody's unique ability, and they've monetized it. To them, it comes effortlessly. To me, it's such a big deal. It's such a great deal of work. So don't overlook any tiny talent or any type. Oh no, it's just some of you, your talent is just talking. It's a communication skill. Some people don't have it. Some of you, your talent self, I remember one of my friends that relocated to the UK, and anytime I called her, people when they relocate, a lot of story, oh, abroad is terrible, or UK is not as good as we thought it is, it's so bad, blah blah blah. And anytime I call her, she's telling me, I just left a job, I just got a better job, good stuff. She was always telling me good news. Like, she'll show me, Lara, thank God though, I just got a car. You know how difficult it can be, I just got a car. She'll show me, like, One day I had to ask her that, wait. Every other person I know in this UK, they're always complaining. You are always sharing good news. Why? How? She said, because me, I don't focus on problem. People, like, she told me, she said, Lara, is their mindset. They're always focusing on problems. They're always looking, any small thing, hey. I wasn't surprised when she started teaching people how to be confident, how to, I don't know what she called it. She turned it into some sort of product. I was like, this, because to her, it comes easily. When an obstacle comes, she looks for ways to, to conquer it. And she's doing good doing that. Before you know it, she started teaching people how to do the same. So what comes to you naturally, that you just say, I just like to encourage people. Encouraging people just comes to me naturally. Maybe you are supposed to be in counseling. Maybe you are supposed to be a therapist. You don't know. Don't waste your talent, because you cannot have all of these talents and then you are broke. Every day you don't have money. You're always begging for money. You're always sad. I know someone whose work, her job is that she helps people to buy things from the market. That's her job. Fish, yam, pepper. I have also, sent her money to buy me stuff once. That is somebody's talent that she's monetizing. She likes to go to the market. She said it to me. Because I asked her, I'm always curious. I'm always asking questions. Why did you choose this? She said, I just like it. I just like going to the market, buying stuff. It's a place that makes me feel alive. What? Me, market, make you feel alive. That's what I'm, But that's somebody's talent. That's what somebody loves to do. And they've monetized it. So she'll charge you. She'll buy stuff for you. You tell her what she wants. She'll give you, you give her the money. She'll give you the price, and then she'll put her service charge beside it. And she would have it delivered to you. That is a talent that you can monetize. You don't need 50 kobo. You don't need to have money to start. Some of you, the reason why you've not done anything, so Lara, I don't have capital. That's an excuse. All the companies I have started, I didn't have a dime. I started with no money. There are plenty things you can start with no money. When I started my other company, Asala Marketing and Media Limited, I didn't have a dime. I was marketing on Facebook, come and sign up, and then people started paying me. There was a time I was selling cars. There was a time I was selling land, other people's land, other people's car. I didn't have a dime. I just went to the land. I asked the person, how much is it? How much will you give me in return if I sell for you? They told me the money. Thankfully, I had a very large, I had a lot of people on Facebook back then, and we're also using BlackBerry. I remember I was heavily pregnant too. So that's why you may see that I'm less empathetic when it comes to people and money, because I have done like literally everything. I was 7 months pregnant when I was selling land. 7 months. So you're not pregnant. Do you have an excuse? No, you don't. I'd not even, they just told me where the land was, and I knew that the person was genuine, and I will send broadcast on my BlackBerry BBM. I will put it on Facebook, and people started calling me. It is when they come, they'll say, madam, you are pregnant. Yes. We will enter the bush. If anybody here knows Denro, inside Beggar, that was where I used to go. You cannot, car cannot even get there. Car. You park somewhere and you would have to trek. I was heavily pregnant. I would trek and walk inside the bush because I wanted to make 50K per land back then. That was 2014, yes, when I was pregnant with my son. So you don't need money. You don't. You are not just thinking. What you lack is, your thinking is not right. It's not straight. When land finished, what next? I sat down in my house that day and I was thinking, Like, wow, this land has finished now. So I sold about 10 plots at the time. I'm like, what else can I do? And something told me, if you're a salesperson, a salesperson can never run out of what to sell. That thing, it was like the Holy Spirit talking to me. I remember it vividly. It was early in the morning. I was looking into the mirror and thinking, God, what should I do next? I heard it. A salesperson will never run out of anything to sell. So I just remembered that day that, there was a time I followed my mentor to a car dealer. He wanted to buy a car. And I met the man, I had his, I collected his number, and all of that. And that was it. That day, I called the man. I asked to see him. As at that time, I was 9 months pregnant. 9. I went to his office. He was shocked to see me. Like, madam, hope everything. See, you are pregnant. I said, yes. I said, sir, if I bring people to buy cars, how much commission will you give me? He said, oh, why not? He told me. Ladies and gentlemen, do you know what I did? I borrowed a camera from somebody, went to that man's office, took all the pictures. People don't like to work, especially children of these days. Do you know what I was sweating? I took pictures of each cars, wrote down their names, then told them to bring out their register, write Sienna 05 V6 engine. I was writing it in my book. 4 tire, double silencer, did leather, leather seats. I wrote down all these things. And what did I do again? I started sending broadcasts and Facebook. That was what, there was no Instagram then. Do you know, I sold about 5 cars before I had my baby. It was when I had the baby that I stopped. Because I now needed to do, to take care of my baby. So I'm not really that empathetic towards you. I'm sorry. If you are, I don't have money. There was still somebody in the DM today. Please come and help me. I need money. Are you kidding? You have to get up. You cannot afford to be broke. You see this in your hands. Yoruba will say, atele owo enini kini eno ire eyan wa, or something like that. Like, your destiny is in your hands. It is. So you can't afford to be nagging or wagging in depression at home. Nobody loves me. Nobody cares for me. Nobody is giving me anything. I'm just by myself. Nobody wants me. Are you kidding? Nobody owes you anything. Because God has deposited a lot. In fact, in my book, I titled it, talent is a divine deposit. Everybody has it. It's a divine deposit. Everybody has it. So find it. Hone it as a skill. Build it to become an authority in it and make mad money from it. I am making hundreds of millions from my talent today. Hundreds of millions. That's how much I make. So, but I started from somewhere. I could have said I'm pregnant. Where is the husband? The husband did not have money. He was my ex-husband then. It was not his fault. He too, he was trying, but he didn't have money. So I couldn't wait. She will not buy baby things. You have to buy baby things. You have to pay hospital bills. When I was doing the deed to bring the baby did not ask to be born. So I learned early how to take responsibility for my actions. There are actions and consequences. You have to learn to, deal with the consequences of your action instead of pushing it, to people or whining about it. You need to stop whining and start thinking, how do I get out of this? What do I do next? Instead of blaming. Hey, my husband. I always tell married women, yes, I know your husband, yeah, I know, he has his problem. He's not responsible. I get it. But what about you? Take your life in your own hands too. Stop focusing on him. Start focusing on yourself and your children and your future. Instead of whining, complaining every day. Yes, he did this, oh, he did that, oh. What about you? What are you doing? Instead of seeing his faults every day, what are you doing? Pressure Mark says, this message is for me, coach. I'm glad. What are you doing about your own life? He's supposed to do this, supposed to do this. What about you? As he's not doing it in court, what would you do? He's not doing it. She's not doing it. So what do you do? Are you going to sit down and allow your own life to go to pieces? Are you going to go into depression? You're welcome, Pesh Hallmark. Are you going to, be in depression because of somebody? What about you? What happened to you? What happened to your own hands? What happened to your own mind? What happened to your own thinking faculty? On the long run, we both, all of us, yes, we are husband and wife, but we came to this world separately and we will live separately on the long run. Yes, so we are units, but if the unit is not uniting, if it's not functioning properly, what about you? Do you just, hey, look at me, my life? Oh, you can't do that. That's a victim mindset. That's a victim mentality. You can't do that. Time is going. You're going to be in pain. And then if you have children, your children will just, I have a 21-year-old, that will do sessions every week. She tell me, coach, my mom is weak. I hate the fact that she's weak. I can't stand it, but I can't tell her. The children are looking at you. So, please get up. Buy my book. If you don't have money to book my strategy session or sign up for my Powerhouse Mastermind or Gold, buy that book. It's 20,000 naira. Make a pre-order now. From June 1st, it goes to 30,000 naira. So you can turn your talent to a transformation, which is coaching others, to do whatever you're helping them do. Like what I do now, I coach people to find their voice, to build businesses. I coach people to be coaches. I certify people to be coaches. That's a transformation experience. Their lives are transformed when they come to me. The strategy session is 500,000 naira for 90 minutes. So that is what I do. I help people experience transformation. You cannot go back to the same. The people that did the masterclass 2 weeks ago, 10x is easier than 2x. All of them, they're still talking in the group that, coach, my brain has not. I remember the class. We're going to use, when we're advertising the next, we're going to use some of those videos. I remember one woman, she said, my chest wants to come out. She said, I don't even know what is wrong with me. Coach, my brain wants to blow. It's a transformation. You can't go back to the same. And there was another woman too. Thankfully, after that class, she signed up for my 1 year Powerhouse Gold. It's for people who want to, you want to build your businesses, or you want to transit from career to business. You want to make money, scale your income. So it's for 1 year. So I saw on that day of the masterclass that she was writing. We just had our first session of the 1 year program on Sunday. And she showed me what she wrote on that day. 9 pages. I was like, what? Are you serious? She said, coach, I've been reading this thing every day since then. Today, somebody still spoke in that group that I have changed my staff, my social media. I've gotten a social media. My brand has gotten a facelift. It's transformation. People will pay you millions when you transform their life. Millions. Money, the price will not be a problem. If they're still pricing you, 500K is too much, oh, coach, take 150 now, is because there's no perceived value from the client. When they see, when there is a perceived value, trust me, people will pay you millions, thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars, because you are transforming their life. People pay for transformation. The reason why you are struggling with pricing is because you're not transforming them. Your product is not transforming them. Your service is not transforming to them. That's the reason. I have people paying me millions, 10 million. I have one powerhouse. What's the name of that one? Platinum is 30 million for 1 year. People are paying it. I have one, 9.8 million. People are paying for it. Why? Because it's transformation. It's transforming. People will pay for things. They will go and gather their savings. I remember last year when we did EH 101. That was for the therapy. And I told them to sign up for 1 year therapy last year. It was 3 million. Somebody paid, she had to pay, she was saying she was in the US. You know, I told her to pay she couldn't pay on the website. She said, because she said, coach, it was a loan. I just got a loan. So I have to pay, I don't know, I think they paid into a PayPal or something. So she said, please help me get a PayPal account so that I can pay. It's a loan. I need my life to change. That is what will happen. Hi, Yudi Foods. Nice to see you. That is what would happen when you are transforming their lives. And you don't, when you are selling transformation, it could be product. Some products can transform people's life. I remember my mom, let me give you an example. There's a time my mom was complaining to me that, her eye is paining her, she was, now, because she's older, I started getting worried. Mommy, what's wrong with your eye? She said, I don't know, go to the hospital, Then, voila. One day, I just asked her, Mommy, you stopped complaining about your eye. What happened? Thank you, UD Foods. Thank you so much. UD Foods packaged, she was part of the people organizers for today's event. Thank you so much. You did so well. Well done, Mama. Well done. Thank you. And then so I asked my mom. I said, Mommy, you didn't tell me about your eyes again. What happened? Because my mom is a faith woman. Hey, I was thinking she was going to tell me, I used anointing oil. I prayed over it. She said, no, that I found one thing on Facebook. I nearly fainted. I said, Mommy, you bought something? She said, yes. There is a cream, a tube, and she uses it. I asked her how much. She said 25,000. She said, you know, see that I don't disturb you again. My mom buys it like she's traveling to the US now. She told me she's buying 10. If they call that product 100,000 per one, she will buy it. If she doesn't have money, I will give her money to buy it. That's transformation. When you sell transformation to people, they will borrow money to pay you and tell you thank you for it. So, ladies and gentlemen, you have talent. There's nobody that does not have anything. It is not true. You are just not looking at it properly. You are overlooking it, or you are not monetizing it. You don't know what to do. You don't know how to do it. You understand? So that is it. And I remember somebody also told me, one of my friends asked me years ago, I've even calmed down now. People that are on my broadcast list, I've just even started sending broadcast again. Before, I used to send broadcast every day, sometimes twice in a day. I kid you not. Back then, so one of my male friends, he is married. He just asked me one day when we saw. Yeah, sorry, YouTube. So a call came in and disrupted my live video. Yeah. So as I was saying, what was I even saying? I've lost my trail of thought. My male friend then, he asked me then, like, what is your, what did you want? What did you ask? He said, what's your motivation? You don't get tired. Like, you send broadcast literally every day. You always have one new program to sell every day. You like, how do you get the inspiration? No, he didn't ask for inspiration, motivation. This was maybe 2017, 18, 19. I said, you want to know my motivation? He said, yes. I say, my children. I have 2 kids. I was a single mother at that time. I have to pay bills. I have to pay their school fees. I have to pay for light. I have to pay DSTV. I cannot come and tell them, oh, sorry, you can't watch DSTV, you can't watch cable, because I can't say that. I can't say that. I cannot tell them, oh, sorry, children, there's no food at home. Sorry. And they are crying. He was like, wow. I said, yeah, that was my motivation. Back then, it's no longer, because now it's, I thank God. To God be the glory. We're no longer in lack. But back then, that was my motivation. Because who do you ask? Who do you go and beg? When you beg people today, after a while, they'll start laughing at you. They will even start ignoring your calls. You can't do that. You can't. So you need to, if you're a beggar, you need to stop it and start looking inward. How can I make money from my talent? What do I need to do? Where do I start from? I coached somebody on Sunday. She doesn't even know how to post on Instagram. I taught her. You have to start doing videos on Instagram. She's like, coach, where do I start from? I say, there's a plus sign on Instagram. That's where you start from. You do video with your phone. Then you now upload it on Instagram. I told her, anyone you don't know, just ask Google. I've coached 2 people like that in the last 10 days about posting on Instagram. There's one of my clients who has an autistic child. You know, it was a painful thing, it was a hurtful thing. But today, she has created, I helped her. She has created a purpose out of that. She now runs 2 companies. One, Your Autism Mom, you can follow her. Your Autism Mom. She coaches women now, moms of autistic children. Number 1. The second one, she has another page called 1+3. Do you know what she does there? She sells learning or coping learning aids, yes, for autistic children. 1+3, that's the name of the page. You can check it out. That is, look at what came out of a pain. Look at what came out of hurt. Look at what came out of something seemingly tiring situation. So you can't continue to say, oh, I don't have, it's capital I'm waiting for. Some of you, the problem is that you want to start from the top. I can tell you that the woman that shops for people, that goes to the market to buy things for people, that's not an end goal. I'm sure, I've not asked her, but I'm sure that her end goal will be probably to have a shop or have a boutique or have a departmental store, you know. But right now, she cannot afford the capital to make that happen. So she's starting from somewhere. When I do this strategy session for people, I always ask them, what is the smallest version of your dream? Start from there. What's the smallest version that requires no money? If you don't have money, if you have money, why not? Go for it. But what is the smallest version of your dream that does not require any money? Start from there. That lady, look at what she's doing. At least she's getting money from there. She cannot be, you know, she will not go hungry. She will not be begging for money because she's earning money. She's making money. Before you know it now, if she gets more clients, she'll start saving. And then she'll have her dream boutique or whatever she wants to do. So stop saying there's no capital. There's nobody to help me. It's an excuse. You're not thinking. Some people are lazy mentally. It's not physically, mentally. There's mental laziness is real. It's real. It's a thing. If you are lazy mentally, you won't be able to move. You won't be able to. You will just stay there, year in. Every year, Happy New Year. This is my year. This is my year of transformation. This is my year of transformation. This is my year of greatness. This is my year of this. This is my year of that. You'll be saying it too. Every year. By the time December 31 come, oh God, oh God, oh, how come this year is still the same? God, oh. That's what you'll be doing. Meanwhile, God has answered you. God has answered you. God has answered you. God has answered you. God has answered you, but you are not, you are looking at it from another angle. You want it to come spectacular. You want it to come the damn 100 million in your account. So that. No. No. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope this has helped you today. Yeah. So, reading again from that chapter in my book, my new book, Becoming a Powerhouse, I said, shaping your talent into a product or service. Once you've identified your core talent, the next step is to ask, what need does this talent meet? What need? And how can I structure it into something people can buy? You have two major directions for monetization. Number one, a service is when you deliver your talent through an action or experience. That is coaching, writing, designing, baking, etc. etc. Two, a product is when you deliver your talent through a finished item that can be sold repeatedly, e.g. artwork, books, digital courses, handcrafted items, etc. etc. Then I now give an example. I said, example of service is a young man with a talent for fitness and body sculpting begins offering one-on-one personal training sessions. He later creates a structured 6 weeks transformation program and begins training clients virtually. This is what I know, because my trainer, my fitness trainer, in my gym here where I live, he has located to the UK. He's been calling me, Lara, come on, let's continue virtually. I'm like, that virtual no go work. He still called me 2 days ago. He still sent me a message. I'm waiting for you. That's what he's doing now. So all his clients here in Nigeria, he has not lost any of them. He's coaching them virtually. So he's Naira, he's in the UK, but at least something is coming into from that angle. So you cannot sit and be saying, I don't have money, but you have phone, you have data. You always see money to buy data, but I don't have money, Example of a product is a lady who loves natural skincare, develops homemade soap using herbs and essential oils. After months of testing and feedback, she packages it and brands it under her label. She sells on Instagram and eventually launches on Shopify, In both cases, talent was the seed, but packaging and structure created a value offering. So, ladies and gentlemen, buy my book. Because if you cannot afford my strategy session, at least you can afford a 20,000 Naira book. So, let me give you bonus before I close tonight. So this next topic is designing a clear and useful offer. It's from my book, my new book, Designing a Clear and Useful Offer. Before someone buys from you, they need to understand what exactly you are offering. You remember I mentioned it earlier. People do not just dash you money. What are you offering? What is the value that they are getting from it? What's the value? You know, before someone buys from you, they need to understand what exactly you are offering, why it matters, and how it benefits them. Look at me now. I've been telling you about my book. I'm telling you, explaining to you, you know, what exactly I'm offering, why it matters, and how it benefits you. That is how people buy. Many talented people struggle to make money, not because they lack skill, but because they are vague in how they present it. Design your product or service using the basic structure. Number one, who is it for? That's your ideal client or user. Number two, what results does it give? Clear benefit or transformation. Number three, what format does it come in? Is it a physical product? Is it a digital item? Is it coaching? Is it training? Number four, how much does it cost and how can it be delivered? Meaning pricing, how much is the price and how can it be accessed? Is it going to be through a website? Is it going to be on Instagram? Is it going to be delivery method? Do you understand? So those are the ways to make money and monetize your talent. There's a lot of money inside of you. A lot. That's how I always think. Sometimes I'll sit down and say, I need 200 million. How can I get it from people's and this money is already in people's pockets. They're not going to print the money newly. The money is already in circulation. How do I get it out? And then an idea will come, and before you know it, we'll launch it and we'll make money. So there is a lot of money inside you, but because you are always focused on negativity, nobody to help. Tinubu is this one. T-Pain is this one. America, nobody likes black. Canada, the cold is too much. In the UK, they are stabbing people. So some of you, your mind is tilted to always look for negatives. Negatives, always. That's your superpower. Even if somebody gives you, I have clients like that, in the beginning when they come, if you give them 10 ideas, they will bring out 24 reasons why it cannot work. If this is you, you need to stop. You are your own problem. You are your own problem. I remember one of my friends today, Stephanie Obi. I'm sure some of you know her. And she was introducing me to somebody. The person was like, oh, I know Coach. I said, no, wait, let me introduce her to you properly. She said, do you know how therapy is such a, big deal in Nigeria, such that people don't like to do it? Like, people don't even like to go to therapy. People don't like to even mention it. She said, Lara has excelled at it and built an organization for it, created an industry out of it. I was smiling. I was like, oh, wow. I never saw it that way. Because if you ask till today, who goes to people will tell you therapy? No. But where am I getting my own clients from? It's belief system. Remember, I always tell you about belief system and positivity. You always have to look for the positive in negatives. You always have to. You always have to. You always have to. You cannot be people will start avoiding you. Some of you think, oh, I'm a critical person. I just like to critique. No, people call you dream killer behind you or joy killer. So they will avoid you. Because if they mention an idea to you, you are going to tell them 10 reasons why it cannot work. If me too, I know you, I will avoid you. You can't be like that. That is where that mindset things comes in. The mind shift I'm always talking about. You have to deal with your mind first. Some of you have this thing inside of you, but your mind is in the gutter. Your mind is in shambles. If this is you, sign up for therapy. All right? So that you can heal from that. So that you can begin to dream clearly and see clearly. Does anybody have any question? And if you want to buy my book, Becoming a Powerhouse, it is 20,000 naira or $15. That's for the pre-order. The book, the physical book, is coming out on June 2nd. And from June 2nd or June 1st, it's going to be 30,000 naira. That's $20. So if you want to save 5,000 naira, send a DM or click the link in the bio to buy it from our website. You get, because this book will answer a lot of your questions. It would help you go from confusion, lack, to clarity and monetization. That's why I wrote the book, because I want to raise powerhouses, more power. I am a powerhouse. So I want to raise more powerhouses. I want to raise people that create money, people that mint money. That's how I am. Me, I create money. Like, I'll sit down, maybe I need some money. Sit down and like, how can I get this? And I'll create something that will give me the money. That is how you should be. That's how. Because you are a co-creator with God. You are. You are. So stop whining. Get up. Stop whining. Stop complaining. If not that. If not for. And there's some people I've also noticed, they revel in the old glory. 20 years ago when I was, if it was 10 years ago, if it was 15 years ago, uncle, auntie, stop it. Stop it. That was then. This is now. Stella said, yes, so got to buy that book, coach. Yes, please, I'm waiting for you. That was then. This is now. That's old. That's in the past. Let that go. Stop reminiscing on that. Leave it. Focus on today. Now. Focus on today. Yeah, you used to have a lot of money. I remember when I bought my first car at 24. And then 3 years after, it got bad. And I didn't have another car for 12 years. Yeah. For about 12 years, I didn't have another car. I couldn't afford to buy another car. Before I bought another, eventually, some years ago, I remember then, I used to tell people that old glory, that one has passed too. Yes, I bought my car at 24, and so that one don't pass. It's today. Focus on today. Stop. When that one, wake up, smell the coffee. Yes, so my brother, I get them before, no be property. Nigerians, we always have one thing to say about everything. I get them before, no be property. Oh, I'm telling you, no be property. All right, and I know that. See, the more you think, the more you start strategizing, the more your way will start clearing, the more you start seeing the light, the more you start attracting those things. I'm telling you. All right, so you remember, ladies and gentlemen, if you are just joining, I do not save anymore. I'm not going to save this live video on Instagram, so you always have to make it a date. It's 8:30 p.m. every Thursday I come live, but it's going to be saved on YouTube. So you can go, if you are just joining or you want to watch this thing again, go on YouTube, Dear Coach Lara on YouTube, and click on the live sessions. You'll see all the previous live videos and today's own too. All right, does anybody have any question? Any question, any comment, any observation? If you do, send a DM. Usually when I finish a live video like this, I'll be in the comment like maybe 15 minutes after that, you get, before somebody else takes over tomorrow. So if you still want to maybe sign up for anything this night, in the next 15 minutes, I will be in the DM. So you can send a DM, and I myself personally will answer you. All right. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining. See you next week, Thursday. Yeah, next week, Thursday, 8:30 p.m. And do not forget to pre-order Becoming a Powerhouse. Please share our flyers. Help me share the videos to people. For some of you, maybe you don't need this message. Some people, your family member, your close friends, they need this message. Send it to them. Share it with them. Buy the book for them. So that their lives can change. You are welcome, Pesh. So from here, good night, everybody. Have a great weekend, or wherever you are. Enjoy the rest of your day if you are still in the daytime. See you next week, Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Bye for now.
Hey, what kind of that looks like my hairstyle from back in the